Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here, once again, for my second video of the night. This time on YouTube, the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling page, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching this video. And hit that subscribe button, smash that like button to death. And enjoy the video. Alright, hope everybody had a great Thursday. And I started the weekend, the winter solstice coming on Saturday, so winter begins on Saturday, and it's not going to feel like winter, but it feel a little bit like winter, but, you know, with the temperatures and everything, but we'll see what happens with that. But no snow for Christmas, no white Christmas for here in the Northeast, thankfully. We'll see how January, by New Year's and 2020 goes. We'll see, because I'm hearing that we're getting a bad winter. We're gonna get a lot of snowstorms, a lot of snow, which kind of sucks, because you can't go to work if can't get out of the house. It is what it is. All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, in the description box below is my Raw review on the Killer of Demons 669 channel. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and check out the other videos on the channel as well. That's it. All right now, it is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite review for December the 18th, 2019, the final show of 2019 for AEW. And as they end 2019 on a pretty decent note. Not a great note, but a pretty decent note. They had a good show, headlined by a 10-minute match with Chris Jericho, the champion, against Jungle Boy. We got that. We had SCU taking on the Young Bucks for the tag team belts, and some other things here and there. We had a number one contenders match for the women's title. So we'll see who faces Rio on the January 1st show from Jacksonville, as it's entitled Homecoming. Stealing from TNA, but it is what it is. Let's get to the review. Let's not waste any more of your precious time. I already wasted babbling. So we start the show off with a match, to go right into the match. No pyro, no intro, no anything. Right into the match. The Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., who has Zero, and Ray Phoenix, on Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. This was a good match. Start the show, it was going up against NXT's the NXT title match between Finn Balor and Adam Cole, baby. It was great in itself. This was pretty good. We start off with Kenny and Phoenix. These two guys have, no strangers to each other. Kenny beat Phoenix for the AAA World title. The Mercury title, some title he won. And we're going back and forth in Mexico. So we'll see, going with that. And then Kenny got the advantage with some chops. Tries to go for One Wing Angel. And then Phoenix hits the Katuro Crusher. Next in Pentagon, Adam Page joins him, and they stare at each other, and Pentagon goes to Zero Miedo in Adam Page's face. Page shoves him back. Then they go at it with some chops. Page hits a big boot, tags in Kenny. They double team Pentagon. And they take down Phoenix. And then Kenny wants to celebrate. Page is like, alright. Still teasing the eventual heel turn of Hangman Adam Page. Pentagon comes back, but Kenny hits a Hurricanrana and follows with the Rise of the Terminator dive. They go back in. Page follows with some rights. Phoenix distracts him. Pentagon hits a super kick. They start working on Hangman Adam Page for a while. Some clotheslines. Page fires back. Both men are down. Get the hot tag to Kenny. It's a high crossbody and then goes nuts. Pentagon counters. You can't escape. Rolling fireman's carry into a moonsault. Phoenix then takes out Adam Page. Double teams follow, and Phoenix hits a suicide dive. Go back in. Pentagon covers for a near fall. And then they go back to me. Kenny counters a Hurricane into a powerbomb and a V-trigger. Goes for the tag to Hangman Adam Page, but Pentagon took him out. Then he chokes out Kenny, but Kenny rolls and tags in Adam Page. He goes nuts, follows with a plancha, then a suicide dive, and then another one on the outside, and they go back in. He hits a drop soap for a near fall. Phoenix fires up, makes a comeback, picking up a near fall. They double team on Page. Pentagon covers for a near fall. And Pentagon takes out Kenny. Page takes Pentagon up top, hits an avalanche fall-away slam. He tags to Kenny. And Kenny hits some uppercuts. Phoenix hits a super kick. And it all breaks down after that. Kenny hits the sky high for a near fall. And Pentagon comes back with a sling blade. Kenny cuts him off. Then dumps Phoenix to the outside. And then he has Pentagon tied up. Page looking to hit Pentagon. Pentagon moved. He hit Kenny by accident with a buckshot lariat. And then they take Kenny and they lift him up and they hit the Fear Factor double stomp package power driver combination to finish off Kenny. And the Lucha Brothers get the victory. Match gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. Very good way to start the show. And they tease Kenny and Adam Page having issues. So that might continue into the new year. But we'll see what happens with that. But afterwards, as Page and Kenny are arguing, we see Pac appear on the screen, and he says he wants his rematch with Kenny. It was his third match with Kenny, and walks to the back, and he says, and he's like, "You know who I am, and just exactly what I can do." Then he goes into the locker room. We see Michael Nakazawa sitting down, earphones on, and kick the living crap out of him. Kenny then heads to the back, but the Lucha Brothers lay him out until Adam Page runs them off. Then Kenny searches for Pac. Page follows, and then we see Darby Allin skateboarding around, as he will be teaming up with Cody to take on the Butcher the Blade in a little bit. So now Kenny has more problems than Adam Page. He's got Pac to worry about. And we'll see if he did anything to Michael Nakazawa and laid him out, or whatever he did to him. And we'll see what happens with that. So I give that post-segment 3 out of 5 stars. And we're going to move on. Alright, then we get right to match number 2. Cody and Darby Allin taking on the Butcher and the Blade. Another good match. We had Allie at ringside, the bunny. And Cody and Darby had the incentive that if they win, Darby faces Cody in a rematch from I believe Fyter Fest, or Fight for the Fallen, one of those pay-per-views. Probably going to happen at AEW Revolution on February the 29th on leap year, but we'll see what happens with that. Get there if it happens. But the match, like I said, it was pretty good. It's also with Darby Allin and the Butcher, and then the Butcher tosses him around, tags in the Blade, lock up. Allin picks up the pace, dumps Butcher. Arm drags Blade to the floor. Cody tags in. Butcher joins him. Cody does his textbook drop-down uppercut. The Butcher cut him off. And then they go to work on Cody for a little bit with some chops. Cody hits the snap power slam. And Butcher comes in to cut him off. Bunny then takes the ref, and Cody goes to the outside. His Blade low bridged him. They bring it back in. They double team Cody for a little bit, isolate him. Work back and forth tags, textbook tags team wrestling 101. Cody comes back, but the Blade and Butcher tag back in, and they hit a fallaway slam. Cody spills to the floor. Blade hits him with some chops on the floor, and then they go back in. Butcher tags in. They keep Cody grounded, but Cody fires back with some kicks. It's stopped, but avoids a charge. Blade comes in. Cody dumps him and to the outside. They go back in, and they Both men are down. Darby Allin then gets the hot tag. He gets Code Red, but Butcher then cuts him off. Knocks him in the cloverleaf. Cody makes the save until Blade cut him off. Darby fights back, hits a stunner. Cody tags in, hits Crossroads. Goes for the cover, but Bunny takes the ref. Sorry, Bunny takes the ref and distracts him. And Cody dumps Blade as he and Allin follow. Allin hits the apron coffin drop, and then Cody hits the springboard diamond cutter for the win. For the win, and that's pretty much it for that. So not a bad match per se, and I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. So per agreement, at a later date, Darby Allin will get his rematch with Cody, and we'll see what happens with that. And when that match happens, like I said, it might happen at Revolution in February, at the end of February, or it might happen on TV. We'll see. A good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars for that match, and we're gonna continue on. All right, then we got a Jungle Boy Jack Perry. That's his real name. Well, that's his name. Jungle Boy Jack Perry training video, getting ready for his match with Chris Jericho. So we'll see what happens with that. And then we come back to the arena in Corpus Christi, Texas. Our next match, Awesome Kong. Get on some indie jobber. We had Brandy and Melanie Cruz at ringside. Basically, this match lasted 40 seconds. Kong hits the back fist and then the implant buster to finish it off. So I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Kong wins her debut match in AEW, and then afterwards she takes a piece of the jobber's red hair as a trophy, and that's it. Alright, after that, JR interviews Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy respects the legend of Jericho, and he's ready for the pressure, and he knows his dad would be proud of him. We'll see what happens with that. A little progression in there. Alright, then we have Chris Jericho coming out, and then he brings out, he's with Jake Hager. Sammy Guevara comes out with some cue cards, ripping TNT for going picture-in-picture. And then TNT's like, fuck you, they cut him off. That was sad, but it is what it is. So we got that. Then we come back with the 10-minute challenge. Chris Jericho versus Jungle Boy. We had Jake Hager, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt at ringside. Wasn't bad. It was pretty decent. We had Jungle Boy gets a cradle for a near fall. He falls out with a drop kick and the double jump arm drag. Jericho cuts him off, but Jungle Boy counters the walls of Jericho into a cradle for a near fall. Jericho then stuns him off the ropes, falls with some chops, grounds him for a little bit. Then he hits the code breaker and looked like he was about to beat Jungle Boy, but he refused to cover him. He plays to the crowd, hits another code breaker. We get a cover for a near fall as he pulled him up. Then he dumps Jungle Boy and Jake Hager attacks, but Luchasaurus saved him and attacks Jake Hager, and they go back and forth. And then Hager takes a stunt as Stunt tried to come off the apron. Dive. Hager went boom, and Marco Stunt was knocked out cold. And then the referee kicks them all out. And they go back in. Jungle Boy gets a cradle for a near fall. Jericho cuts him off. Goes for a drop kick. Jungle Boy avoided. Falls with a suicide dive. And then a second one. And then a tope on Hilo after that. So innovative offense from Jungle Boy. They go back in. He hits deep impact for a near fall. Then he hits a backstabber for the near fall. Jericho goes for the lion salt. He missed. And Jungle Boy then hits the lion salt of his own. Picks up a very near fall. Jericho hits a lariat, stopping Jungle Boy, and covers for a near fall. Then he takes over, grounding Jungle Boy. They go back and forth until Jericho hits a powerbomb, knocks on the walls of Jericho with like 90 seconds left. Jungle Boy fights out of it, and looks to get the ropes, and Jericho pulled him back in with 30 seconds left. Jungle Boy kept fighting, and he survives the time limit. So he basically got the win, but Jericho got pissed off. He thought he won, and he goes outside and starts yelling at Justin Roberts, and he demands 5 more minutes. So they give him 5 more minutes. Jungle Boy fights back, and he hits the RNA, and then gets a cradle for a near fall. Goes for a crucifix pin, gets a near fall. Jericho goes to the outside, takes his belt, goes up the ramp, and leaves. So basically, no winner as it went to a time limit draw. But not a bad match. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. So, they're really pushing Jungle Boy now. So maybe another match with Jericho down the line, maybe for the AEW World Title. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it after that. All right, then Jericho throws a fit at ringside. Tony Schiavone interviews him, and Jericho says Jungle Boy couldn't beat him. Tony corrects him about the 10-minute time limit, and Jericho says Jungle Boy didn't beat him. Says Jon Moxley has an invitation to join the Inner Circle, and he already knows the answer and promises big surprises for him on January 1st. All he has to do is say yes. He says Merry Christmas, Mox, from everyone in the Inner Circle. And that's that. So we'll see what happens on January 1st with Moxley and Jericho in the Inner Circle. If Moxley joins the Inner Circle, I think he will, and then turn on him right before the pay-per-view, and then he'll probably win the belt at AEW Revolution, and then go on to whatever's next for AEW coming in March and April, and we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we get a review with SCU. And they say they're the tag team in AEW. They're the tag team champions. And then the Lucha Brothers arrive. And Pentagon mocks Daniels for his botching the botch last week. And Daniels just I had it, and he left. And then Kazarian and Scorpio Sky like, Chris? Where you going, man? Oh, yeah, I think they're teasing another Pentagon Daniels match. Or Daniels maybe leaving SCU. I don't know. But we got that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, after that, we get to the number 1 contenders match. Britt Baker and Chris Statlander. Pretty decent match. They went back and forth. We get near the end. And Baker follows her up and hits a superplex. Statlander fought back. They trade back and forth. Baker hits a neck breaker. Statlander counters a super kick, hits a head kick, and Statlander counters the lockjaw, hits the Big Bang Theory, and that's that. So Chris Statlander picks up the victory. She's the number 1 contender to Rio's title. She will get that title shot, I believe, January the 1st, but we shall see. After that, Tony Schiavone interviews Chris Statlander, tries to, but then Brandy cries, and then she dismisses Tony, praises Chris Statlander, and she wants to know if she will join the Nightmare Collective or not. Statlander refuses. Kong and Melanie Cruz arrive. Brandy attacks with a spiked heel shoe to the eye. Ooh. And leaves as one of her friends was I forgot her name. Comes out to look at her and looked like Chris Statlander has a messed up eye or something. So that might come into play in her match against Rio, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. Alright, then we get Shawn Spears and Tully Blanchard cutting a promo about Shawn Spears looking for a tag team partner, and Tully says we'll find him. So we'll see what happens with that. Who will be Shawn Spears' tag team partner? I don't know who it might be. It might be Luke Harper, of all people. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, then we get a Young Bucks video package on the importance of tag team wrestling in the company, as well as their failure to prove that they are the best tag team in all of wrestling. They said they were friends with SCU, but now it's their time. So we'll see what happens with that. I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get to the tag team title match, SCU and the Young Bucks. Very good match. We went back and forth, super kicks galore. We're getting to the end, and we got a double dragon sleepers from Kaz and Scorpio Sky. Maddox gets crazy with Kaz. They beat each other up. Scorpio Sky blind tags in, cuts off the Meltzer driver. Kaz hits Matt with a German and knocks him out. And then Scorpio Sky hits the Sky TKO, followed by SCU later on, I believe it was on Matt. And they get the win and retain the titles. That's okay. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, the Dark Order arrive, and we're looking for initiation. We see Alex Reynolds and John Silver, the Beaver Boys, there. They attack SCU and the Bucks. Daniels comes out. He gets beaten down. Kenny comes out. He gets beaten down. Cody and Dustin come out. They're taken out. Adam Page is nowhere to be found, so, getting on the Adam Page doesn't care about the Elite anymore, so he's out. And then the Dark Order clear the ring, and then Alex Reynolds and John Silver receive their official Dark Order masks. And then And then Evil Uno says to never doubt them again, and they stand tall to end the show. So we got the Dark Order to end the show. He beats up the Elite. I don't know what that's going to lead to. We'll see what happens in January. But we'll see. So that's it for my AEW review. Pretty good show. I gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. And we'll get to your comments and questions and all that other good stuff at a later date. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching this video. And I'll be back with another video probably tomorrow or on Sunday. But we'll see what happens with that. So thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches.